Welcome back. We have a box full of memorabilia and you're not quite sure what to do with it all. Today we've got a segment that's sure to help keep those creative juices flowing.
That's right. Our personal organizer, Melissa Schmallenberger, Miss Simplicity, joins us to give a few tips on how to organize all those precious mementos. And we have a lot of them, don't
yes,
we?
Yes, we do. So I'm kind of in the throes of this. My son's graduating, my middle son's graduating June 1st. So I have to figure out what to do with all those school papers. And when I started, I was not Miss Simplicity. So this is his papers from preschool through 5th grade. And the good news is that once your kids end elementary school, you basically get a little file each year. They stop bringing papers home. I wonder if my kids are even going to school someday. Because I don't get papers home. But you got to figure out what to do with this stuff. Yeah. And back then, I kept everything. It's on. I have it all in chronological order by the layer. You know, it's like, oh, okay, spruce grade. I got to go about 4 inches down. Yeah. So, and then I've gotten elaborate and I scrapbook some of the artwork as well. But I was scrapbooking last week and I'm like, enough of this. I need to go digital with everything. Wow. So I pulled out everything that I wanted to keep, had my cell phone, took pictures, and then went to Walmart and they can take right from my phone and print photos.
Nice.
Yep. Super
really
easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I've heard that's the key. Take the photos. You can keep a few small
original works of art.
Yeah. Original.
We're not raising Picasso. I don't think so. We don't need the original.
Yeah, in some cases possibly, but not every case. And then you have a picture of it. It's so much easier to handle than all in a tub.
Absolutely. But the key is once you take a picture of it, to make sure that you digitally organize it as well. So have a file on your computer where you dump those school photos of the artwork and stuff, because you don't want to be searching through memory sticks and cameras and phones in 10 years from now. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have that really good art project. And even trying to figure out what to keep, I have this test. It's really easy. Okay. Does it bring a tear to my eye? Do I get a little weepy when I look at it? Then I want to keep it. But even with this stuff, this is ready to go in the garbage after I leave the show today. I personally will not throw it away. My husband will throw it away for me because I'm still a little too sentimental to it. But, when my son goes away and has his own house, he is not going to want all of this stuff. Even this condensed K through 12, he's probably not even going to want this either. So we have to be realists.
Which is why scrapbooks are handy, because who doesn't like to look at a photo album?
Right. Well, and you can do those digitally online as well. And you don't need to have all the physical things. You can just take your computer, have your online pictures, and be ready to go with scrapbooking.
Sometimes it is kind of fun to scrapbook, though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Well, do we really scrapbook, or do we just get together with girlfriends and have a really good time?
Yeah.
Look at photos.
Maybe. Okay, so what's with this?
Well, it's just kind of another option of storage. This is labeled with school papers. You want to make sure everything's labeled too, especially if you have multiple children. They each need to have their own bin. Otherwise, it's like, okay, who did this artwork? And, why is this special? And it's kind of a time capsule of their lives. And you really want to try to capture that as well. And, keep the things that are really special and tell a story, but keep it organized as well. Don't just throw it all over the place. If you can just kind of contain it in one area. And what I did with this when I had it all in one area is I put a big piece of cardboard down, and then I labeled everything below this as preschool. And then I, stack things up again, and then lay another piece of cardboard. Everything below this is kindergarten. And then I just kept on going. So then I really had my organized layers of papers in here as well. Because these are big papers. I mean, what do you keep with this? But, this has his handprints on it. How do you throw that away? But it really isn't original. It's not like something like this where it has, a funny story of how to cook a turkey for Thanksgiving.
I love those.
I know, they're hysterical. It's a big piece of paper to keep. But I can easily take a photo of this, and we can still have the memories in the lab without having to store this big piece of paper.
And when you're in a rush, it's okay to pile things in that
tub.
Pile
Absolutely.
in the tub until you have time to do it in the proper way.
Right, because I didn't know how I was going to want, and I didn't know that all of a sudden technology was going to explode. And, I'm sure 10 years from now, we're not going to be even taking pictures with our phones. It's going to be something, we have like a little, right, or like a memory chip in our head that's inserted, or, something crazy like that. So.
All right, Miss Simplicity, thank you. We appreciate all these tips, as always. Okay, we'll be right back.